Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Bumi and today we are watching Why the Speed of Light is Actually Horribly Slow by the channel RealLifeLore. Yep, this wasn't suggested by anyone. Actually, I think my first RealLifeLore reaction video just came up a few days ago, if I'm not mistaken, or probably it's been over a week now. I'm not sure, but yeah. Um, Yeah, the speed of light is roughly around, well, let's see. It's roughly around 300,000 kilometers per second. That's a lot, but just like Einstein said, everything is relative. So in Earth terms, it's probably very fast. Obviously, it's incredibly fast. 300,000 kilometers per second is fast, but relative to the size of the universe, that is incredibly slow. This is actually what attracted me to this video when I was scrolling down his like most recent videos, because yeah, not a lot of people realize that when it comes to the speed of the universe, I mean the size of the universe, the speed of light is really damn slow. I mean, it takes a couple of minutes from the sun to Earth. It takes around 8 minutes to reach us. While that is nothing to scoff at, that is relatively very near in terms of like cosmic distances. So yeah, it takes around 30 plus minutes to reach Mars, I think, from Earth at least. So yeah. I mean, it takes the fastest thing known to man around, I think it is 1.5 years to reach the nearest star. So yeah, even if we are going the speed of light, it would still take us at least a year to reach the nearest star. So that's incredibly slow. Just compared, of course, relative to the size of the universe. So yeah, it is very exciting. It is very interesting as well. So I'm excited to see what more new information he has for us. And yeah, remember, if you like my reactions, don't forget to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts on this video down in the comment section below and consider subscribing. Also, don't forget to leave your suggestions on what I should check out next. That being said, let's go ahead and watch the video.
This video was made possible by Brilliant. Start
Brilliant.
achieving your learning goals for 20% off by being one of the first 200 to sign up at brilliant.org/reallifelore.
Yep, that's good. Bring them back. And yeah, this is very new video, so yeah, go ahead. If you want to get Brilliant, very good website for learning. So if you want to get a subscription, use this link on screen now, brilliant.org/reallifelore. Help the channel out. And yeah,
20% off by being one of the first 200 to sign up
and you
at
get 20% off.
brilliant.org/reallifelore. Light is about the fastest thing that you can possibly imagine. Think about how fast it seems when you turn on a light switch in your room and you see it instantly fill up with light. Or when you shine a flashlight on something and the light immediately appears on whatever you're
No, no,
shining
no,
it
no.
at. It
Okay,
feels
god damn it.
instant because at our scale, light moves so quickly that it
I
might
don't
as well
trust
be.
this.
But when you move out
Okay,
beyond
good.
our scale,
Shit, I thought
light
somebody
gets
was gonna
slower and
jump scare me.
slower to the point where it quickly seems to more resemble a snail rather than, light speed. Here's what I mean. Light on Earth seems really fast because Earth is small. Light travels at a speed of 299,792,458 meters per second when in a vacuum.
Yep, and then of course condensed, that's almost 300,000 kilometers per second.
Which is fast enough to completely orbit the entire Earth more than 7 times in a single second, which looks like this while it's happening. When you flip on a light inside of your room, the light probably moves fast enough to reach across the entire room in just 1/500,000th of a second, which to mere human eyes basically feels instant. This is why instant communication on the internet between any two people on the Earth's surface is possible, because Earth is a small enough place to where light speed basically does mean the same thing as instant. But that all changes drastically when we zoom out just a little far away from the Earth and get out into the rest of the universe. Far from being instantaneous, it takes light 1.255 seconds to cover the distance between Earth and the Moon, which has all kinds of weird implications. When the Apollo astronauts were there was a lag in communication between them and Mission Control back on Earth, because a message from Mission Control would take 1.255 seconds to arrive, and then the astronauts' message would take 1.255 more seconds to come back, for a total message relay time of 2.6 seconds.
Almost 3
round trip.
seconds.
So in the future, when you're trying to communicate on Facebook or Discord or whatever it is with someone living on the moon, you'll have to wait at least
Lag.
2.6 seconds after sending a message to them before you'd actually get a response, and it's all because of the limitations in speed of light speed communication. But communicating with somebody on the moon...
I mean, that's the one thing, right? We have, how do you call this? We have plausible solutions when it comes to space travel. You got your wormholes, you got your vacuum engines like the Alcubierre drive. There are a lot of hypothetical ways that you can go around the cosmic limit of when it comes to traveling speed, right? But the one thing that I've never really seen shows do, or at least address on how they do it, is communication. Because I mean, if ever we expand to, like, let's say on a good estimate, multiplanetary, it will still take a lot long before we get a message out and get a reply right away. Like, I think this is Mars, I believe. Mars is what, almost 30 minutes round trip for when it comes to communication. Obviously, if you're in a life and death situation, that is enough enough like lag to destroy the whole colony. But yeah, that's one of the things that never really gets addressed in sci-fi, is the communication speed and how you go around it. Because I mean, even with lasers is basically just light still. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they go around, like, when it comes to communication, at least.
Moon is still easy when compared with somewhere else, like, say, on Mars, which is a lot further away from us than the moon is. In the future, when we have colonies with thousands or even millions of people living on Mars, the sheer distance away that Mars is going to create lots of weird and interesting communication problems. Since Earth and Mars have different orbits around the sun, Mars varies pretty drastically in her distance away from Earth. On the close
True.
end, it takes light...
That's right. I didn't even think about that they orbit the sun in different speeds. So when they're very far apart, the the distance time is probably going to
just
take
over
longer.
3 minutes to cover the distance, which isn't bad, but on the far end, it'll take 22 minutes
22
and
minutes,
24
okay.
seconds, which makes instant communication impossible. If
So
you have a
that's
friend who
around
lives on
40
Mars
minutes
and you send them a
round
message
trip.
when Mars is furthest away from Earth, your message will take over 22 minutes just to get
Yep,
there. And
almost
then whenever they get around to
45
responding
minutes
to
round
you,
trip.
it'll take over 22 more minutes just to get back to you. Even if your friend on Mars responds immediately when they get your message, it'll take about 45 minutes after you sent it
Damn.
before you get a
That's a
response.
long
And
time.
that's the quickest response time possible, so nobody should really get upset.
I mean, that's considering that they respond immediately when they hear the notification, right? I'm pretty sure most of you watching don't even respond in real time. You probably, like, brew the message for a couple of minutes at least, or even take I've known people who would take at least a week before they respond to a message. But yeah.
After not getting replied to for a while by a Martian. This is going to become a big problem in the future, and I suspect it's going to cause human civilization on Mars to gradually feel more and more isolated and separated from Earth. The light just keeps getting slower and slower the further we move away from Earth. The time it takes light to reach Jupiter from Earth is anywhere between 33 to 53 minutes, meaning that when
Ooh,
NASA has a probe in orbit, they have to wait for around 2 hours
2
sometimes just to
hours, yeah.
process information and send instructions to correct a potential navigation error, meaning that light speed instructions are sometimes too slow to arrive in time to fix the problem. Even light from the sun takes a while to reach us here on Earth, generally around 8 minutes on average, which looks like this in real time. It's so slow. So slow, in fact, that if the sun all of a sudden just disappeared for
It would
whatever
take 8
reason, we
minutes
wouldn't
for us
even
to know.
realize it back here on Earth until 8 minutes after it happened. And just forget about trying to maintain instant communication at the outer reaches of the solar system on Pluto,
Yeah,
because it takes light over 5 hours to get here
5
from
hours.
Earth. And keep in mind, everything that we've talked about so far is just within the confines of our own solar system, so light gets even slower when we get even further out. The nearest other star to our sun, Proxima Centauri, is 4.24.
Oh wow, I was even wrong on my about what I said. It's not 1.5 light years, it's 4 light years away.
Light years away from the Earth, meaning,
Damn.
yeah, it would take 4.24
Yeah.
years for light from Earth to reach it. So just imagine what it would be like if we
Uh,
ever successfully managed to get colonists or a probe out on a planet there. A single message between the colony and Earth
8
would take
years.
almost a decade to achieve, because the light speed message would take 4.24 years each way going back and forth. To truly appreciate how insane that is, if there were a human colony on a planet there right now, they would only just now be hearing about news and memes from 2015. Do you even remember what was going on back then? Boeing had
Wait, 2015. I forgot. Was it 2016 where all shit went away? When Harambe died? Was it 2016? I'm pretty sure it was 2016.
just
That was
unveiled the
so long
737
ago.
MAX. Obama was still the US president. Brexit hadn't been voted on yet. Everybody's favorite educational YouTube channel hadn't even been created yet. And people were arguing over what color that stupid
Oh
dress
yeah,
was. It's
this
blue
one.
and black. It just is.
Yeah. This one has been figured out. It's blue and black.
So this would be the current state of our planet that would be reaching the residence of Proxima Centauri b. In the future, it'll take 8.5 years just to get a
Whew.
response from somebody there after you send them a message. If humanity's life expectancy remains around 80 years in the future, you'll only be able to share a maximum of 9 messages in your
9.
entire lifetime with somebody who lives around Proxima Centauri
Wow.
b. And that's what the fastest form of light speed communication looks like, with just the closest star to us in the universe.
I mean, you gotta think of it this way, right? You just have to let them be. Because 8 years, or let's say, how do you call this? Let's say, let's cut that in half, right? So, 4 years to send a message. So, you as the receiving end of the first message, it would very much well be irrelevant, since 4 years before your response arrives, a lot of things could happen. um let's just say in 4 years they might have already changed emails. In 4 years World War III might have already happened, and there's no more communications infrastructures for blah, blah, communications infrastructure for like average people up and running. So does it even matter what you say?
Let alone the billions and trillions of stars and planets that exist even further away from
Man.
that. The speed of light is slower than you think it is, and it's too slow for our grander ambitions in space. We just haven't really developed to the point yet where it's become a major problem for us, but it will happen eventually, and we
Yep.
need to be prepared for it. The physics of light are complicated, but even though light moves slowly, there's all kinds of things that you can learn by looking at it.
Here goes the
You can use the
segue.
principle of parallax to learn how far away a star is, or you can look at a star's luminosity to figure out how hot it is. And you can learn how to do both of these things and so much more right now in the astronomy course that's offered over at Brilliant. It's never
All right. I'm just gonna skip. Now, again, I understand that I keep saying that we're at least gonna watch the ad, but he plugged it in earlier, so I'm just gonna skip the plug here. Very interesting video. It really puts to scale how large the universe is, right? Because you never really think about it that much because, as he said, we're basically enjoying the instant part when it comes to communication. And like I said, I've never really seen any sci-fi movies or show that address how they are gonna communicate interplanetary communication, because that's one thing that we are probably limited on. I mean, what are you just gonna like broadcasting? Are they just gonna broadcast like radio waves out? Because if you're gonna use lasers, you need to be pinpoint because um everything is also moving in space, right? The Earth itself is, while it's spinning, it's also moving with the sun. So you have to be pinpoint on the location if you're gonna use laser arrays. But then again, that wouldn't really cut off on the time since the lasers will just move at the same speed as light normally does, or even slower. Yeah. I mean, what else really? Wormholes? Wormholes could technically beam a message out quicker, but then again, if you have wormhole technology, instant communication is probably like a non-issue. But hmm, yeah, aside from that, aside from wormholes, really, I don't know. I don't like. I'm really reaching into like my small pool of scientific knowledge or concepts that I know of, and all I can really bring out is wormholes. I mean, aside from that, I don't know if how if and how we're gonna get instant communication. But yeah, that's the interesting part of it, right? I mean, we've already well, we it hasn't been proven yet, but we've already suspected that dark matter or dark energy is moving things faster than the speed of light. So maybe we could harness that for communication, but yeah, I don't know, man. But still, very interesting topic though. Um, yeah, that's gonna be it for me today, guys. Link to my Twitter is down in the description below. Go ahead and check it out if you want to. And if you're new here and enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts on the video down in the comment section below, and consider subscribing. Also, don't forget to leave your suggestions on what I should check out next. Now, go ahead and check out science stuff, science videos, that because that is one of my favorite topics that I like to watch. So yeah, but as long as it's not horror or a tribute video so we don't get claimed, go ahead and leave them down. I'll be more than happy to check it out for you. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.